Hi,
Hey,
vlog. This is Stephanie.
Hi.
She's not in your class because English is not her first language. And then this is Devin, and she's special. Welcome back. We had to drop Devin off at her house.
Yes.
Because I'm just like the chauffeur for everybody. Anyways, first impression on Demon Copperhead. Girl. Anyways, so when I got the book in the mail first, like the first night it came in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a big book. What is Miss Fisher got us doing? And I didn't think that I would like it just by the looks of it. Whatever. But read the first few chapters and immediately like straight into the book. Like it just gets straight to the point. Drugs, body bag, people being dead, like I figured as a 11-year-old boy that Demon wouldn't really be able to understand what was going on, but he very much did. He knew his mom was a drug addict. He knew what the Peggets were there for. They were kind of there as like an escape. Like he would straight up say like him going to Maggot's house was like a way for him to get away from like his mom and the drugs, and he knew what rehab was and how that all went. I personally didn't find the whole him being birthed, like saying a body bag, I didn't find that disturbing. I thought it very much symbolized like he was born into this drugged world with people who are like who do bad things around him. Like that was just kind of saying like he was born into this and this is what it was going to be like. He was going to be trapped into this world forever. There was no escaping the drugs whatsoever, no matter if his mom got clean, if he decided not to do drugs in his life. And I think that also it parallels to when Stoner comes in, because him and his mom were doing good for a while. She hadn't been doing like drugs. She was clean. She hasn't OD'd in a while. And you know, he was allowed to go see Maggot and escape when he could. But then Stoner came in and everything changed. His relationship with his mom was completely ruined. He got beat at home. He literally got locked in his own room. He was not allowed to go see Maggot and get that escape from that trauma that he was going through. But I believe that like the body bag, Stoner was also a symbol of the drugs coming back in, because before Stoner came in, once again they were on a good track. His mom was on a good track. He was doing okay, except for the fact that, you know, his mom had done drugs and that's what he was brought into, and Stoner brought that back into their life because Stoner did all of those things to him. Like he was that reminder that you're not ever going to escape whatever you're born into. And I think that was really just like a downfall for everybody, because that's when everything kind of went way off the track with the other direction. Kind of like Stoner kind of creeped his way in, and then boom, bam, hit. He hit real hard. But I enjoy all the detail that Demon goes into. I think it's a really good book. I 100% would recommend, because you're seeing it from a 10-year-old's point of view, and he is able to understand and capture what is going on, and he knows that this could affect him, but he tries his best for it to not. But it does end up affecting him. You know, spoiler, but not a spoiler. But that was my first impression. Thought I wasn't gonna like it. Ended up loving it. It's something that a lot of people can relate to, the whole drugs. But I'm just really glad that for a certain time being, Demon had the Peggets to forget about what's going on